we move away from Bahrain and head back to Jeddah. 105 days later, it's time for round 2 in 2022. So round 1 complete, with Vishor taking the sprint race and Pourchaire taking the feature race. On to Saudi Arabia then this weekend before a break, before we go over to Emilia-Romagna. Spain takes part in May, the same as Monaco. June sees Azerbaijan. July sees Great Britain, Austria and Hungary before a triple header in Belgium, Netherlands and Italy. A to-be-confirmed race on the 23rd to the 25th of September, and Abu Dhabi rounds out the season. 28 races in 2022. Not a bad way to kick off this new era. It's time for the sprint race in round 2 here in Saudi Arabia. Let's take a look at the new Jeddah Corniche circuit, a 3.836 mile circuit, 27 turns and 3 DRS zones, a brand new challenge for the drivers to sink their teeth into, the fastest ever street circuit. On board with the Mercedes then, you're already downhill towards turn 1, you're flat out at 8th gear, 335 km an hour, into the braking zone for turn 1, 3rd gear 100 km an hour, back down again, 3rd gear 90 km an hour through turn 2, exit through turn 3, you're already at 200 km an hour at 5th gear. Now into the S's section, turns 4, 5 and 6, around about 6th gear, 245 km an hour as you already break your way through. Back through turn 7 now, 8 and 9, hook the back up as well, into turn 10. Now as you ride out towards the exit, 7th gear, 285, open up the DRS as you hurtle down towards now turn 13, 165 km an hour, 4th gear, back corner, get on the accelerator hard now as you sweep back through the city centre on the opposite side of the track lake. Down into towards turn 17, 18 is the corner, 6th gear, 245 km an hour, 19 now coming up, 20, 21, all the way to 23, has the DRS boards as well as you flick back through. Coming up now towards turn 22, back down, 6th gear corner, now up to 7th gear only the exit, 270 km an hour, ride back up, round turn 25 as well, DRS zone number 2 on the circuit, little kick which is turn 26, 8th gear, 215, now into the braking zone, into turn 27, 3rd gear, 120 km an hour, control the wheel spin at the exit, open up the DRS once again, hurtling down towards the start line, and that, across the line, the fastest ever street circuit, and that is a lap of the Jeddah Corniche circuit.
On top in F2.
Oh, sorry, I spun.
I'm really sorry for him.
The car was there and my potential was there as well, so a bit of frustration.
What a race from Iwaza from the back to the points. A quite brilliant comeback drive. Théo Pourchaire is tumbling down the order.
It was a mechanical failure. I was a bit disappointed. Big thanks to the team, to the mechanics for the hard work.
We are underway. Does Pourchaire take 30? Does. Iwasa is on the charge.
Just overtaking.
The driver who started last, Ayumu Iwasa, leads the race. Théo Pourchaire up against two, and they make contact.
It's a bit unfortunate, but it's like that.
Théo Pourchaire wins for the 3rd time in Formula 2.
It was a very good way to start the season. 25 most important points of the weekend.
And here we go once again. It's time for the second weekend of the FIA Formula 2 Championship in 2022. Vishor and Pourchaire won the opening 2 races. Now here on the fastest street circuit on the calendar, we go to Saudi Arabia in Jeddah, a 3.837 mile circuit, 27 turns, 3 DRS zones as well, and we've had notorious action zones here in the past. Just 2 previous races and they were filled with drama. The feature race never got finished. In the 8 laps of running we got, it was action. Vips versus Dragovic as well on the way down towards turn 1 when the green flag went up for the the feature race. Turn 13 as well. Lawson spinning into the back, causing the red flags to come out as well. The car in a difficult part of the track. And down all the way at turns 22, Piastri versus Dragovic as well. A fantastic side-by-side battle in the sprint race after qualifying, then set during the night. And as we look down, pole position goes the way of Dennis Hauger as well for Prima Racing. 14th in the championship, currently has pole position on the grid. We'll talk you through the way the grid looks a bit later on as well. But alongside me in the commentary box is Synthel. Synthel, we are really into the unknown here again. We've got a day race for the first time in the Formula 2 sprints, and we know this circuit is always dramatic. It can always hold more. Let's just take a quick look, quickly at the starting grid. It's Dennis Hauger who lines up on pole position. Britain's Jake Hughes starts second. The second row of the grid, Callum Williams is alongside Amiri Izaka as well. Row 3 sees Liam Lawson alongside Yuri Vips. Vips has a penalty as well, 3 places for impeding a driver. He's alongside Liam Lawson, as I said. Then we get Ralph Boschong alongside Marcus Armstrong as well in the 4th row. 5th row of the grid, Richard Verschoor, the sprint winner from Bahrain, alongside Felipe Drugovich as well. Further down the order, row 6, Roy Nazani is alongside Marino Sato. Johan Jaruvula 13th alongside Enzo Fittipaldi. Fittipaldi, last time he raced here, he was in hospital overnight with a broken ankle. Clement Noviak as well alongside Logan Sargent. Novalak has a penalty as well for impeding a driver, 5 places. Frederick Vesti alongside Theo Portier. Vesti with a penalty as well for impeding another driver. Ollie Caldwell 19th alongside Omeo Cordial and Jack Dewitt 21st. All of them for impeding another driver, bar car 25 of Cordial, who has a 10-place grid penalty for failing to respect the red flags and double waved yellows, according to the stewards document 13 as well. Right, now let's say good afternoon to you, Synthel, as well. The cars are already about to go on their formation lap. It's a good time, but after 4 hours last night, the F1 drivers talking about it, we're still somehow racing. What's your thoughts? Good afternoon.
Hello, and so yeah, my opinion, I don't, it's such a tricky situation, of course, and I think they must have made the right decision after speaking after 4 hours. I'm sure they've went over everything that could possibly happen, and if they're this sure that it's going to be safe, then I think we should trust them with it and just go racing here as they started the formation lap now. So yeah, we drive with 21 now, of course, with because Bologna had a concussion after a big crash in practice, and we saw it already, like 5 red flags in total this weekend, and we haven't even had a race yet. We can expect drama this race, and let's hope that's going to be in a good way, because it's obviously a dangerous circuit.
Absolutely. It's a very dangerous circuit, very deadly circuit we've seen already as well. Let's go through the driver standings as things stand. Theo Porcher has 25 points after winning the feature race as well. Liam Lawson on 24, just a point between them. Yuri Vips is on 18. Ralph Boschong 17. 12 points as well for Drugovich, 10 for Verschoor and Armstrong. Logan Sargent has 9. Jaruvula 8. 4 for Nazani, 3 for Dewan, 2 for Hughes, and 1 for Owasa down in 13th position as well. Let's hear from the top 3.
And how crazy they were. So, first and foremost, the old quote, to finish first, you have to first finish. So, I think it's a race of attrition at this circuit, and it's going to be really important to stay out of trouble first, and then go from there. But honestly, I think the race pace we had in Bahrain was not too bad, considering it was my first round. So I'm looking forward to carrying that here as well. So I'm feeling confident, but I'm not setting any expectations because it's still very early in my Formula 2 career. So yeah, I'll do my best, stay out of trouble, and the result will come from there.
As Callum Williams starting in 3rd place at the moment as they all come out now. So the sprint race here is 20 laps ahead of us as well. It's 45 minutes plus 1 lap if we go to time like we did beforehand in the feature race at Bahrain, but we shouldn't do it. It's only 125 kilometres. And Synthel, as you remember, as you said, last year we barely even got 20 laps before. Red flags, cautions, all sorts of things came into effect. How long do you think we'll get today before there's an incident and the safety car has to come out?
1 lap or a few corners, I think. The first lap is always going to be just it's gonna be so tight, and with 22, 21 cars now in such a tight circuits, in all trying to make as much positions up, and they're young drivers as well, so we can obviously have a big chance of a lap one safety car like we've seen before. And yeah, last year in this track it was a bit of a nightmare with the final race, but that was not because of the track, that was because of someone who stalled on the grid, and Fittipaldi couldn't avoid, and that was a big crash. Fittipaldi luckily is back now.
Yes, Fittipaldi, as I said, starting further back in 14th position on this grid as well. Pole position going to Dennis Hauger as well. Number one on the grid, Jake Hughes alongside him. Dennis Hauger will have the outside line down towards turn one. Jake Hughes will be on the inside line, so it's a difficult part of the track to get right. Turn one as well, very fast. Lap record of 1:48.78, set last year by Oscar Piastri. Cars just coming up to line up now on the grid. Medical car is at the back. Right. Let's keep our fingers crossed for a clean race. The sprint race for Formula 2 is under starters' orders. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, all 5 lights are on. It's lights out in Saudi Arabia. It's a good start from Dennis Hauger as well. Jake Hughes bottoms out, leading that up into second place as well. Goes Williams, who defend the inside line. Little lock-up further back as well. That came from Novalak, but they've all made it through turn 1 and 2 safely. Now they'll feature down all the way through the sand dune section. Looks to be okay so far. A few cars just blocking the inside line. Big up, and that's always going to be a T-bone. Don't know how. There's a yellow flag out in the background though since we go green now, but that was a big lock up further back.
Wow, that was really close. I think he nearly hit Richard for sure. At least one of the Tridents. That was really close to a big crash. They luckily managed to avoid. Somehow they have made it through the first corner safely, and they are going very well now. So it's Dennis Hauger in the lead indeed. And it wasn't a really good start from Jake Hughes. He's already down, it looks like, in 4th. And, well, he started from 2nd, and he didn't go away well. There, wheel to wheel, see in the back.
Few good moves further back at the moment as well. Everyone looking to be calm. Hauger leads Williams. Awasa has moved up into 3rd position as well. Hughes 4th, Lawson 5th, Bosch on 6th, Armstrong 7th as well. There's all sorts of drama further back as we see right now as well. Marcus Armstrong going on the back of Bosch on, getting in the slipstream as well. Meantime, down to turn 22, 23. It's all sorts of drama as Jake Hughes trying to get back on the podium on the inside of Awasa. Awasa shutting the door in every which way he possibly can as well, in the 17 on board as well, with the Dams car as well, the young Japanese driver with Red Bull backing, but it's all sorts of Boschong. Boschong's there too, 3 abreast into 1, up the inside, Hughes gets through, Awasa gets sent wide as well. Here comes Boschong on the inside, and Boschong side by side now in a drag run down the start-finish straight. 2 Red Bull livery cars as well, different teams as they head down now into the braking zone. Boschong in the Campos as well, a washer at the Dams, and it's all sorts of drama as well. Yui Vips battling with Marcus Armstrong. Porchere's moved up to 19th place. It all calms down by the time we get to turn 1.
And a clean first lap then, but going through the first corner, everybody seems to go side by side. Jake Hughes up to 3rd now out of Iwasa, who gone wide through turn 22, 23 there. That's cost him the position, and nearly cost him the position to Liam Lawson as well, who's still right behind him as we go through the 2nd lap now. No DRS, of course, until the next lap.
Yeah, they've all got to hold it together, but the slipstreaming should be enough. It should be powerful enough at this circuit. 6 gears in a Formula 2 car. You're maxed out pretty much in 3 different parts of the track, because I think that's Vips trying to go around the outside of Boschong as well, and he's made the move stick. Vips up to 7th, Boschong down to 8th, down in the turn 13 banked hairpin as he makes his way up. So Dennis Hauger keeps the lead. Williams up to 2nd position as well. Hughes has already dropped, and this will be a safety car. Big accident in the back, and that's Cordeal. And the safety car immediately deployed, not even surprised. In the same place we saw Bollock Bassi crash. Bollock Bassi not racing this weekend due to a concussion suffered in practice. We send our best wishes to him, but that's at the same part of the track, exit turn 12, and already a car in the wall, Synth.
Absolutely the same place, possibly did exactly the same, but just went on to the other side of the track, as we see, possibly over the curb as well.
Grid drop. Go ahead, the grip on the crest.
Hey mate, you alright?
Yeah.
Hit the curb and crashed, exactly as you said, Synth. So, identical crash.
Okay, and is able to walk away from this crash. We see he's nudged his left rear wheel, and we're going to see a replay soon. So it was his own fault, as he said, so I think. So on the curb, and instead of to the left, he gone to the right, which hopefully for him made a less big incident compared to Bollock Bessie in practice yesterday.
So safety car is out then. Cars will make their way round and be picked up by the Mercedes-Benz Black Series. As look how windy it is out there as well. They can't even barely wave the yellow flags on the start-finish straight as they all come through once again. And just holding all together now as well. It's lap 3 of 20. We've completed 2 laps. If you're watching along on the timing graphic, it's 20 laps. You see the lap counter catching up. That is laps completed fully, which is 2 laps. Race start. Synthel.
Right, so yeah, we see Jake Hughes didn't get a good start at all, and look at the campus there of Ralph Boschung, who got away very well, locking out there, so going towards the first corner. Some cars going 3 wide, they all managed to get through it without any contact, which is amazing. Somehow they all managed to keep it safe. Through here we saw a crash last week, and that was the big lockup, nearly taking for sure out. Who was that?
And this is Ralph Boschung at the line. Has he gone past the grid slot? Yes, he has. Boschung's gone way beyond the yellow grid spot, so he's going to get a penalty for that. Bad start from Pourchaire. He started 19th anyway, and is currently started 18th, now he's 19th as well. But terrible start from Pourchaire with bogging it down. That car that crashed in practice and caught fire in qualifying. He's not having much luck this weekend, is he?
No, the championship leader for now. But after this race, that could very change because Lawson, with 1 point behind him, is now up there. So yeah, we can see him going through here, taking it as easy as possible, but didn't have a really good start from 18th on the grid. Got a bit lucky gaining a position with the crash then.
And this is here we are board now. Ralph Boschung's start gets a good getaway, but it's all nullified as he got hit on the inside by Awasa. And
that was Jake Hughes who got across him very aggressively. Was close to contact. Still haven't seen a replay of the crash.
Yeah, we haven't seen. Yeah, we haven't yet, have we? That's a bit unusual. On board now with Awasa. Started 4th. Oh, perfect start. Hughes just bogged down massively. Awasa moves up. He's actually P4 still because he's been passed by Jake Hughes again. So Hughes moves his way back up. But great start from Awasa as he ride on board. Picture quality not great on my end today, actually. It's a lot of, like it's been zoomed a little bit. There's that lock-up. And it was...
Nizani?
I think it was Nizani, in the 16. As here's Hughes back up the inside, taking 3rd place back as Callum Williams goes through, the Australian.
So if we're looking at it chronologically, we're going to see a replay now on board with Phipps. Oh, this is not with the crash yet. This is the overtake on the outside of the campus of Ralph Boschung.
That's down to 10-13. Yeah, nice move.
P7, good move.
No, we haven't seen the replay. So maybe they haven't got it yet, or I don't know what. But the JCB tractor and the digger is out on the circuit as well. It's going to collect the 25 car out of the way, the Van Arnsfoot Racing. And the Belgian is going to the medical centre now just for a checkup, as Dr. Ian Roberts as well walks him in as well, the medical car back through. There is the safety car with Holger leading, Williams, Hughes, Awasa, Lawson, the top 5, Armstrong, Vips, Boschung, Drugovic and Verschoor, the top 10, Nizani 11th, Druvala 12th, Sato 13th, Novalak 14th, Fittipaldi is 15th, Vesti 16th, Sargent is 17th, Doohan 18th, Pourchaire 19th, and only Caldwell is 20th. And now that's the last of the runners, of course, because Caldwell is out of the race. Oh, sorry, Cordial is out of the race, and Bollock Bassi did not crash. M says in the chat, the Saudi Grand Prix is not cancelled? Question mark? Nope, it's not cancelled. The race is still going on. The drivers in the Formula One had a 4-hour meeting until 2 a.m. last night discussing it. They've been reassured that the event is safe and they are going ahead with the race. We can only hope that it's good. Some journalists have left. Ralf Schumacher and Motor Sky Germany have left Saudi Arabia. They are covering the race, but they are going to do so from their HQ in Germany. And I understand Sky F1 have stayed on site over on the UK broadcasting point of view, but so has so many others as well. And Hazel Salto has tweeted, no, absolutely not. There cannot be a tractor on track about to pick up a car that's over half the track at turn 12. and no red flag. Safety car is not enough. They're about to pick up a car. Yeah, maybe they should have... they can't throw a red all the time, and the circuit is big enough, but I didn't like the look of that there, Sids. What did you think? They were going to pick up the car.
I mean, exit turn 12, I think there's a lot of room there on the outside, so maybe that's why they haven't deployed a red flag. And obviously, on a team radio, they let the driver know to stay left. They are behind the safety car, they can go slowly. So I think in this case, it wasn't really necessary, as they could get the car away pretty fast. But yeah, so every team, I think one of the drivers has got an onboard camera, and unfortunately in this case, it was not Cordeel, but Huge, who has got the onboard. So I don't think they've got any footage of the crash.
Yeah, did you get that preview list, by the way? The one I sent you. So have you got the preview list?
I've got the list who've got the cameras. Yes.
Ah, fantastic. That's great news. Yeah, so at the moment, that's another thing. So yeah, we get these little preview documents that I get as well. And it gives us all the names of the winners, the points, and the drivers, and who's got the cameras. It's a nice little guide for the weekend as well as the sprint race grid. But at the moment, we never talked about the team standing anyway because they came to the grid, so we'll take this opportunity to do so. Carling lead the team standings on 33 points as well. High Tech on 28, ART on 25, Campos 17, MP Motorsport of 12, Trident 10, 8 points to Prema. Dams have 5, Visturi Racing has 3, Van Arnsfoot Racing has 2, and Charterov Racing System has 0 points as well at the moment. So they're the only team without any points.
Alrighty, so the only new team for now, right, is Van Amersfoort Racing, who's in P3 now with Huge. So that's quite interesting to see new teams up there. Where were they in the championship again?
Say again?
Van Amersfoort Racing, where were they in the...
Van Amersfoort 10th out of 11th. They've only got 2 points in the standings at the moment.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, it seemed like they've been doing a very good job, but maybe...
I thought they were doing a good job, yeah. Yeah, I don't know where that's come from. Because, of course, Art won the feature race and Trident won the sprint race. Going through as well, SHT says, I'm feeling quite mixed about continuing the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix race weekend after that missile attack. I don't get the fact that the drivers were given warnings for consequences for not racing when it's a live situation. I heard that there were 6 drivers got a grid penalty. In the F2 sprint race that we're talking about, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars did get penalties in the F2 race, but it turns out there's no penalties in the Formula 1 race. Just to let you know, there's no one's given a penalty for not racing.
We all have mixed feelings about
that. Everybody is going through.
They have, just like I said before, they've discussed over 4 hours. I'm sure they know what they're doing, right? I think we can trust them. I
hope so too. And as the weekend passes without incident, Silvio says as well, I heard that Drugovic was in pole. He was until he got a penalty, which dropped him down as well. Remember as well, the sprint race is taken from reversing the top 12 drivers from the fastest in qualifying. The qualifying order goes through to Sunday's feature race grid. So the main race on Sunday is exactly the grid as how they qualified on Friday. The sprint race we have today is the top 12 reversed on the grid as well. So that's the way the system works. So it'll be on there tomorrow as well. Currently, Dennis Hager has the fast lap with a 2:11.169. I mean, the grid penalties were from F2. Yes, they were. And yeah, Dennis Hager on the fastest lap, but that's because he said it under the safety car. The safety car has been out since lap 2. We are now starting, I think, lap 6 of this race. We are indeed. 15 laps to go. As I said, 45 minutes plus 1 lap if we hit the timer. Although that didn't happen in Bahrain because we had 2 laps to go after a late safety car restart. And on those 2 laps to go, it was deemed that they weren't going to race the last lap. And they just decided to throw the checker flag out then, which caught everybody by surprise. Nice to see that Cordeel has been released from the medical centre and is looking A-OK, having a drink, and an early bath there as well. The safety car is coming in at the end of this lap, which is great to see.
Alrighty then, we're going to restart again, and the field backed up again. Still no DRS then, but that's going to be after 2 laps if they manage to go through it without deploying another safety car or whatever. So here we go, and safe sprint this lap with Dennis Hager still in the lead.
This is going to be the important one. Yellows breed yellows. We saw that especially last year in Formula 2. Since how long now then until the yellows come out again?
Well, they did manage to keep it very clean until then, but there was just a separate crash, wheel to wheel. They did somehow they managed to keep it out of each other's way. So I think they might be able to survive for a bit longer. And but I do still expect another yellow, another caution.
So, Virtuosi's duo made up the most places in the opening stages of this afternoon's race before the safety car came out. He moved up to P18 after starting at the back of the grid. And considering that's only, 3 or 4 places from the grid, it shows you how tight the F2 field really is. The safety car is coming at the end of this lap on lap 6 of 20. We'll go green for lap 7 and have a 14-lap sprint ahead of us as well.
All right. Yeah, that also says how cautious they were, that only 4 places the one who gained the most. And, they kept it clean as we're going towards the final corner, I think is now. Yeah.
Yeah, just coming up now to the back of the last couple of corners. Remember, no overtaking until the start-finish line. We saw last year when the safety car restarts as well, the leaders take them as long as possible because it's such a long start-finish straight. You get the tow. Williams as well. Callum Williams for Trident, the young Australian, is right behind Dennis Harger as well in the Prema as they come across the line. That's the DRS detection line as well. They're going to hit the gas out of the last corner. The green flag is out. The race is back underway. But I tell you what, Haga hasn't hit the gas yet. I thought he did. He caught them all by surprise. They're bunching up. Hughes on the inside line. Now we go green into Saudi Arabia. There's a crash in the background. There's a crash. Vesti's in the wall. This will be a safety car once again. The race is underway, but you're right. There is an accident in the background. It's 4 abreast, and it's a big accident. And the safety car's out. Dewin and Sargent, I think, are involved. So the safety car's going to have to be thrown. We're still racing under the green flag conditions, which means these overtakes are happening for Shaw to 9th, Fittipaldi's 13th, and it's a red flag. I am getting on my screen. I think it's a red flag. So they'll stop the race because the entire track is blocked because we've got 3 cars in. This will be a red. My screen is showing red flag. I'm seeing nothing on the timing screen. They've withdrawn it and they've thrown the safety car now. So it's Logan Sargent and Jack Doohan. So the Carlin and the Venturi involved in a big crash at the back. Good spot by you there, Synth, as the safety car is out. The red flag has been withdrawn and the safety car has been put back out.
Right, so that was a big crash. Was that because Hauger decided to wait for a long time, or
I think
it was their own fault and they're not looking?
Hauger hit the accelerator out of the last corner and then braked, backed up the field again, then decided to go again, and it just caused pandemonium as well. The F2 drivers have got to be told, do not brake test your rivals. That was exactly what Bottas did back in and safety car through the pit lane, but since the pit lane entrance is blocked, we can see it.
How are they going to get to the pit lane?
They need to red flag this because the track is now blocked full of cars. The pit exit's blocked. This will have to be a red, which I don't think they can red flag it because there's such a short turnaround before the start of the Formula 1 third practice session, so they'll have to delay that. Right, let's take a look at it again, Sins. Go on.
So
yeah.
That's quite an impact. So I think it might have been like what happened in Mugello.
Let's hear from Sargent.
Went and then they didn't go. I've just been smoked by doing.
Yeah. So it wasn't Hauger's fault. I think it was like what happened in Mugello. One of the cars I think was doing, who was created a gap. Then he looked like he was going. And then the car behind slammed into him.
Yeah, they went and then just jumped on the brake.
Yeah, so Doohan's saying exactly what I did. They went, jumped on the brakes, and then it's just all caught up. Portier involved in that one as well. And it was just such a mess. They've gone through the pit lane, by the way.
It might not be Hauger's fault. It might be some other driver who created a gap, and then he went, and then he braked. So it might not even be Hauger's fault, who was maybe just going on a normal speed. We see it now from the front. Now we can see if Hauger was going or not.
No, he's waving. Now he goes at the DRS line, so the activation line he hits it.
I think it was the fault of someone in the midfield, but I don't know who. But it could be.
Iwasa!
Hits the back of Hughes there.
Hit the back of Hughes, and according to this, Dennis Hauger went through the pit lane, but nobody else did. Yes, he did! Look! So the safety car's supposed to go through the pit lane. Dennis Hauger's done that, and pit entry is closed. So Dennis Hauger, the race leader, has gone through the pit lane because race control said all cars through the pit lane. Now we've got a message saying the pit entry is closed. So Hauger's gone through the pit lane, But what's going on now? So, according to the timing monitors, in one message, safety car to take the cars through the pit lane, and then literally the second later, it is saying on the monitors the pit entry is closed. So race control have got it wrong. They've told the cars to go to the pit lane. No, it hasn't worked. So the race leader has dropped all the way down the field. Prema don't know what's happening. We don't know what's happening. What is going on with the stewards? Dennis Hauger has dropped to 12th after following race control's instructions to go into the pit lane. The messages have got confused because the pit entry has been closed, and now Callan Williams leads the race. Unbelievable.
Oh yeah, that's a crash. So I think there might be like 3 possibilities which could have there. Either it was the team of Hauger which made a mistake, all the other cars which made a mistake, or just race control just saying the pit entry was closed when Hauger went into the entry and the others were just passing it. So it was maybe just a very bad timing, or such a weird moment.
Main straight incident involving Stewart and Sargent investigated after the race for causing a collision. Safety car is back out. In my opinion here, I think they should let Dennis Hauger retake the lead of this race. I think they should allow him through to the lead. That was their mistake that they got caught up on, and I think that's the only fair thing to do. You can't penalise a driver for your own error. And
this is good to see.
what is going on? There's Doohan and Sargent out of the cars, which is nice to see.
Yeah, but this is absolutely crazy, and I'm not sure how they're gonna fix this, because the race leader now is down in 12th and possibly.
And this has got the cars are now going through the debris zone, and the pit entry has been closed, but they can't get the marshals out there. They're going to have to red flag this race. I can't see a way. Look, we've got yellow squares with red X's. They're going to have to red flag this race. Maybe
they should just all be, go to the grid and just stop there.
Yeah, they should stop on the grid if they can't get in the pit lane. Right, let's take another look at this. So is this overtaking under the safety? What's going on here? So the cars were going into the pit lane, and here, the cars are going in. Now they've stopped. There's Dennis Hauger going in, thinking the field's going to follow him. To his surprise, let's hear from Druvela.
Because normally we should go to the pit lane, and he went to the pit lane. But after the second car went straight, and so now he's there. We are waiting to understand what to do.
So Williams didn't go through because the pit entry closed boards are on with the red X's around. So he saw those. Druvelich didn't. Hauger didn't. Hauger goes into the pit lane. Williams recognises the board, but the race control have confused the messages. To me, that should be Dennis Hauger should retake the lead of this race. That is their mistake. They've sent out contradictory information, and it's cost them. And now there is 0 marshals down at that last corner. It's a difficult part of the track to get through. They need to red flag this race. They need to reorder the grid and restart again. Race control, once again, making errors. Let's take a look at this restart. And look, they were all side by side. Before the control line, they were all side by side. No wonder that it happened as well. And we know Jeddah is a dangerous circuit, but we were under a safety car, for goodness sake. These F2 guys have really got to learn restart procedure.
Yeah, this doesn't really have to do anything with the track. So this is just a crash created by some misunderstandings behind the safety car, because Hauger wasn't really going. So
Hauger was at full throttle.
Someone in the midfield must have created a gap and then went and stopped again, and that caused people behind to be confused. So what are we gonna do here? They should reflect. How much time is there left? Race control.
Well, losing pit lane incident involving Holger noted, and incident involving car 1 Holger noted entering the pit lane when closed, but it was their own error. I do not believe this. The race control have got dementia. Race control, they can't remember the own messages that they've put out there. I don't believe this. So let's go through.
The reason for that will be there was a big cross on the sign. We saw it when we looked on board with Williams. So it might be that it's so confusing. It's really confusing.
So let's go through here the YouTube chat, because we're still in the safety car. Josh Play says they were told to go through the pit lane when it was closed. That's because SHT says you can't go through the pit lane when it's closed, but they were told to. Now we've got 2 tractors on. Red flag this race. Come on. We've got 2 tractors now with the safety car going through. This should be a red flag. This is dangerous. They need to stop this race, and they are not stopping the race. I cannot believe this. The stupidity in race control this weekend is going beyond the limits. This is proving once again that it is racing instead of safety. It's just getting the money and getting the money's worth and not thinking of the driver's safety. This should be a red flag situation, and it's not a red flag situation. I can't believe this. This is beyond stupid. Beyond stupid now. You're putting drivers in the firing line.
For now, it gets too late. Maybe to red flag. The tracks are already on the track, and if with Houseflower they were going to the right side. I think for now it could be okay, but they should have red flagged it immediately. To be honest.
Well, we're going to hit the time limit. We are going to hit the time limit. So
surely.
We've spent most of this race under safety car, and they've been doing 3-minute laps. So 9 minutes at 3. So 10 laps at 3 minutes apiece. We're going to hit the crossover point soon of 45 minutes. We've got another 20 minutes to go of this race.
So they should now try to remove the cars in this lap. They're going towards it now. So I hope if they do it correctly, we will restart not this lap but the lap after.
I hope so. Yeah, really hope so too. Let's hear from Holger.
We asked confirmation 2 times. The race director said go through the pit lane. You followed it, and now they don't want to do anything about it. So I'm sorry.
Wow. So that there, you just heard from Prama's boss, who said we asked the race director twice to go through the pit lane. He said yes, go through the pit lane. Holger was the only driver to do so, and now they don't want to hear it. Oh, FIL.
We saw it last year as well in Saudi Arabia. There was so much chaos with the race control, and it's not just a different FIA or something. Right?
It's same ones.
Somehow this track is creating chaos for. It's not the track's fault. It's just the race directors don't know why or what they're doing for some reason now.
The good news is that Callum Williams is leading this race, the rookie from Australia, who I saw in a vlog a couple of days ago with Kim Illman as well, he's a very nice young man as well, very polite, and definitely enjoying his first run here in Formula 2. And I think even Beth is saying as well, and Aussie is in the lead, just accept it and move on. You're going to have a great morning, Beth, if you're watching us as well, which you must be. It's just gone 1 o'clock here in UK, so it's just gone 3 o'clock there in Saudi. Under investigation, Dennis Hauger. Wow.
It's going to be a penalty because the cross was there. It's somehow I don't know what to say. So let's see now as they're going to the final corner. Are the cars still there, or did they manage to clean it up?
If the cars are still there, they should red flag the race because it's obviously going to take too long for them to move. Look, they're even shoving the cameras away. Oh, no. So they've got the 2 trucks there. The JCBs are pulling the cars away. The safety car is now going at crawling speed past them. There's enough room for the cars to go through on the left-hand side of the track. But this is beyond dangerous now. This is scary. They're trying to get them into the pit lane, but there's now a JCB turning right in the way. Oh, guys, this should be a red flag. Not even joking, they should red flag this. Stewards have said 10-second penalty. What? A 10-second stop-go penalty for Dennis Hauger for entering the pit lane when closed, but he was told to do so by the FIA. I do not believe it. If ever I've seen any sort of biased and derogatory things against one driver in my time, it is right now. The FIA should be ashamed of themselves once again. What an absolute mess. I do not believe it.
I can't believe it either. It's incredible. But I hope now actually we will go in this lap because the cars were nearly removed. I think they were now heading towards the pit lane, and if they can just get them going quickly, they can restart this lap, hopefully. But otherwise, it's gonna take another lap, and then we can only have like 1 or 2 more laps of racing. It's gonna be a very short race.
They are penalising a driver for following the rules.
It's nonsense. I don't know why. It's just so crazy.
That is ridiculous.
But I don't understand why they said they had to go to the pit lane in the first place, because it was
We saw, yeah.
reason to. The pit lane was blocked. There was only room to the right, so it's so weird. Just a red flag. I mean, the red flag is the only logical solution for that, and they did.
So let's go through as well. Why was Dennis asked to pit? He wasn't asked to pit, Askell as well. The race control said all cars... Let's hear from Dennis Hauger.
Here's Hauger on the radio.
Okay, we have a 10-second stop-and-go penalty for entering the pit lane when it was closed, so we will just have to serve it when the pit lane is open.
Are you joking, man?
I'm not, I'm sorry.
Was the pit lane closed or was it open?
They put a message to go through the pit lane, and after they put a message pit lane closed, we confirmed after the 2 messages with race director 2 times if we were going through the pit lane. He said yes, so we followed his instruction.
Wow. Synthor, your opinion, that is just ridiculous.
I think they can you appeal a 10-second stop and go penalty, because how are you gonna to remove that penalty after the race?
I would appeal it, yeah, like Matt.
But how?
Well, the race leader getting done by the FIA. Where have I heard that before?
And we're not gonna restart this lap either.
Yeah, we're going to still keep going. Let's go through as well. Yeah, Askell says, yeah, so the FIA said the pit entry is still closed, but it looks like they're just getting it done. There's a marshal getting out of the way now.
Yeah, so it's going to be in this lap.
Should be. Well, next lap, yeah. SHT, I knew that penalty is coming as well. FIA is doing it again. Even after Michael Masi, the controversy continues as well. Sorry if our voice is glitching, by the way. It should be okay. But I'm surprised they haven't red flagged. Right, let's take another look at this. This is on board with Callum Williams, the current race leader. So they're entering the pit lane.
Look at the right.
Yeah, but on the right, the right screen. Yeah, the board's on. So the red X with the yellow box shows the pit entry is closed. Dennis Hauger's come in, but it is because the race control told him and told all cars through the pit lane. It said safety car to take field through the pit lane. And then a second message came up at the same time that was above the safety car message. So nobody saw it when it said pit entry is closed. So when pit entry is closed and then safety car throughout the field. So 2 very contradicting messages coming through.
I don't know what to say. Well, let's hope we're going to get a bit of a good rest of the race, as we're surely going to restart this lap.
Let's hear from Dennis Hauger once again.
I just don't understand. If you get the confirmation to go into the pit, why are we getting a penalty from the race directors?
Well, it seems like the FIA can't run a race without interfering. It seems that's the way. Race control, the pit entry is now open. So the pit lane entry is now open. Well done, guys. Yeah.
You're obviously not allowed to,
wow.
to do your 10-second stop and go penalty behind the safety car. You have to do it during green flag conditions. So it's going to cost him the race, obviously.
If he's smart, he'll do it when the safety car comes in. Literally, because anything could happen. They could have another safety car, and then at least he's back in 18th position behind Caldwell.
Well, in that case, it will probably mean the end of the race if there's not going to be another crash.
Yeah, if there is another one. We've yet to, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, we've yet to actually run a concession of more than 3 laps under racing speed at this circuit in Formula 2. Sprint race and feature race last year were a plethora of safety cars and crashes. It's a dangerous circuit. I don't know why we're racing here, to be fair. But then again, we always say Baku causes a load of safety cars and has great Formula 2 action. But this is just beyond belief. The Formula 1 race on Sunday is going to be mind-blowing. I can tell you that right now, because God knows what's going to happen with all the new ground effect cars as well.
I mean, for Formula 1, it seems they have got this track under control. Not a lot of crashes, a bit of a scratch with the wall from the 2 Ferraris, but furthermore, they've managed to keep it off the wall in Formula 2. They clearly haven't, and we're going to go another lap.
Another lap behind the safety car. SHT has said, and he's reminded me, for the red flags and confusions that they give in Holger, an undeserved 10-second penalty and stop-go. 12 minutes left until the time, Josh Plays has said, so they've got 12 minutes to complete this race.
Yeah, well, it will restart this lap 100%, otherwise it would
got to.
Nonsense. There's nothing more. There's nothing on track anymore.
There's no lap cars either, so they should be able to get going. We've been 7 laps now behind the safety car. 7 laps. It's unbelievable. But safety car in this lap, yes. So here we go then. We're going to go green again. Hazard is now clear, racing to resume at the end of the lap. But yeah, I forgot, when that accident happened, our timing screens up in the box, which is the Formula 2 live timing page, it was showing a red flag instead of a safety car. The red flag then got rescinded and then put through on the safety car. And did you notice as well how long the safety car took to come out, even though we saw those cars on the track? They were still green for an awful long time.
Yeah, that's true as well. It was so clear.
Haga.
When safety car comes in, we also go in and serve 10 seconds stop and go, right?
Yes, correct.
That's what you said.
So that's Holger just being told as well to come in this lap to do the stop-go penalty. Back to you, Cynthia, with what you were saying for the team radio interrupted you.
What did I say? I don't know anymore.
It's about the safety car restarts and the red flags and glitches,
they did indeed take a long time until it was clear there was a huge crash, and somehow they still did it a long time until the safety car was deployed, and it should have been a red flag like what was on your screen for some reason. But I mean, they did deploy the red flag and then change minds like they have done the whole time behind the safety car, changing minds. Here we go, at least then for another like 10 minutes of racing, possibly, if we're not going to crash immediately.
Right, keep your fingers crossed, keep your toes crossed, put your lucky underwear on as well, and get ready for more action here in Saudi Arabia. Are we going to see a full race? There'll be 7 laps to go. Jake Hughes is looking to the inside of Callan Williams as well. Williams is going to hit the gas. He's not going to cause the crash at the restart. Yellow flags are still out of the last corner. Green flags will be in the air as soon as they exit. And it's up to Williams to hit the gas. Now he's holding them still. Green flags are out. This race is on. And it's now up to Williams to hold the form as Hughes looks to the inside. Williams is doing the bucking up as well. Left to right as we come across the line. Hughes is side by side. We go green in Saudi Arabia. And Hughes has got the toe down towards turn 1. Williams is going towards the pit wall. Hughes goes to the outside. Hull goes into the pit lane. Hughes on the outside line towards turn 1. They go side by side. On the inside, he does a Verstappen. Jake Hughes takes the lead of the sprint race. Great move. And look at Liam Lawson. Lawson round the outside. Williams drops to third. A washer is coming through as well. Trying to go around the outside into turn 4. Hasn't worked out. Yellow sector 1. There's been another accident, but we go to green flag running.
That's because one of the high techs went by. They both pushed that wide. If you go off the track there, that will immediately be a yellow flag. So there's no incident so far. Indeed, Williams losing out because he waited so long for the restart. As we see, that's for sure right behind Boschung as well, going through here. Boschung for sure on the outside now.
For sure trying to go right round the outside as well, with Boschung on the inside into the hairpin at turn 13 and 14. They're side by side. That's too close to the wall as well. And that was almost big contact as well. Go through now. To take the opportunity to go through and just take it back a little place as well. Vesti's passport chair as well further back.
That was a great move from for sure. He really kept it around the outside and managed to keep it outside of the barriers. He did a very good job with that. A lovely move around the outside turn 13, which you don't see too often because it's very dangerous. He's moved up to P9 now.
Right, holding it together once again. It's on lap 14 of 20 as they come back through. And now we're seeing more Armstrong under pressure this time as Yuri Vips tries to go right round the out. No, it's not Vips, it's Marcus Armstrong. Vips is on the inside line, laying the brakes as well. Vips takes them both, nearly takes out his teammate. That's going to allow back on the inside goes Armstrong. Wow, a washer to 4th. Brilliant.
So yeah, the 2 high techs battling with the Wassa, and it's all going onto the straight now. No DRS yet. As they're going to go 3 wide nearly, the 2 high techs both attacking Wassa on the outside now, and there is also Dragovic.
Dragovic goes through to 6th. Armstrong drops back through the order. Vips goes to 4th. The washer stays 5th. As Dragovic actually now drops to 6th. The washer stays in position. Vips moves to 4th, doing what he did in the sprint race in Bahrain. Slowly moving his way up the field. Race control. Restart procedure noted. Pace of leader. So
oh my God.
That's Williams. It must be Williams, or is it Hugh, or is it Holger? Which one are you talking about? We've had 2 restarts, so the speeds were too slow. Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's because of Holger, because that was obviously with the crash involved. So that's going to be that one, which was going to be under investigation.
I don't believe it. Why don't you just black flag him now? Go on, race control. You may as well. You've done everything else to him as well in this race. Lap 15 at 20. Now, the race should finish under green flag conditions. Jake Hughes with a new fast lap, a 1:45.038. This is Porsche touching the back of his teammate. Yeah, that was Porsche tucking the back of Vesti. So
two restarts and 2 crashes. This one was a little less, of course, but still they managed to come together at restart. This was Jake Hughes here battling with Williams. Good move. He kept it within the lines compared to Verstappen, who didn't. Here we see Hauger taking his 10-second stop-and-go penalty, which has absolutely ruined his race.
Yeah, he's down now 30 seconds away from the back of Porsche. Porsche is actually right in the back of Caldwell. And he's passed, so Porsche goes to 16th, Caldwell down to 17th place, and 15 laps to go. Here comes Drugovic on the back of Awasa, down in towards turn 1. He's got the toe, still no DRS zone as well. There's a big lockup from the back there of the MP from Drugovic as they make it through turn 1. But Awasa coming through as stewards. Restart procedure reviewed, no further investigation to the pace of leader. So there's no investigation into either restart, which is great to see.
All right, so it's lucky to see we actually get some racing and some clean racing as well, which is good to see for Saudi Arabia. Otherwise, we can only get some bad news out of this race. So it's huge with a 1.4 lead of Lawson. The top 2 are pulling away. Williams still with Vips not too far behind him, and DRS is enabled now, so we might see some more overtakes coming.
Here we go, 3 DRS zones. DRS 1 is between turn 19, 20 and 21. DRS 2 is turns 25 and 26, and DRS 3 is 27 to turn 1 on the board. So that last sector 3, you've got 3 zones for DRS, and that is where the overtakes majorly happen as well as they head down now, down towards turn 25 and 26. This is the DRS zone as well. You can see Drugovic has got it open.
Yeah, Vips as well has got DRS on Williams, who is up to third, battle for third, that is. So 3 long DRS straights back to back to back, which is very interesting on this track. Here we can see a DRS bit as well. Can Drugovic fight Awasa for 5th? He's going to make a move.
Awasa,
maybe.
Yeah, well, and that's Vips, passing Callum Williams for 3rd, and Williams touched the wheel! Williams, front wing to rear wheel. Surprise, Vips doesn't have a puncture there, but now Williams has the DRS back. Or does he? I can't quite tell, actually. I think Vips is going to go defensive. Drugovic passing Awasa round the outside with the use of the DRS.
So it is Lawson who's closed up a bit to use in front, actually. As we see,
dive bomb! Sato passing Druvala into turn 1. Nice move.
Everybody making it through for now. DRS enabled, and it's going to give the chance. Give the drivers an opportunity to attack. We see this battle still going on through here.
It's Sato versus Drugovic. Drugovic was Druvala was slow out of turn 4. This is the battle with Awasa, and Drugovic going right round the outside for P4. Nicely done. This is Vips taking 3rd from Callum Williams, who went too long. Vips went deep. Wow.
It's a really good move. Late braking. Daniel Ricciardo like what's happened between the battle. We just saw
Sato's hang on a minute. Yes, yes. Druvala is still P10. Sato down to 11th.
So we see Lawson here with DRS. Look at it. Now the 3 long DRS straights are coming. So is he gonna close up? He's surely got. Yeah, look at it. 4 tenths now. Gonna have to. I want to see them. we're looking
for the back. Now. Yeah, this is Vips, isn't it? And Armstrong battling Awasa. Coming through the field as well. Now, here we go. Nope, this is still Armstrong. This is Drugovic, Armstrong, and Awasa in the battle. Now we get the leaders as Jake Hughes in the the van, Armsfoot racing as well, coming through with the carling of Liam Lawson. Down the start finish straight we go as well. Lawson's got the DRS. Now he's in the slipstream as well. 2 tenths, 1 tenth, less than that. To the outside goes Lawson. The left hand side of the track sweeps back across to the right and takes the lead in the sprint race with 3 to go. Hughes down into 2nd position.
Now the question is, can he still follow Jake Hughes? Can he keep behind Lawson? And if he's got DRS, he's going to be able to attack him as well. Battles in the back. Armstrong has gone past Iwasa.
Yep, Armstrong's passed it into 6th position. Awasa down to... No, Awasa's dropping down. Vashaw's passed him. So Richard Vashaw has got through. So there's big issues down there then for Awasa if he's dropped that many places so quickly.
Might have been a 3-way battle there, which could have cost him another position if he maybe gone a little bit wide somewhere. we didn't see it on screen as we see Jake Hughes is losing time on Lawson.
9 tenths between them already. If it's outside the second, there'll be no DRS.
Yeah, so it's still early in the lap now, so he needs to try to stay within a second. It's right on 9 tenths, and now he's inside a second. So that battle might be over now. Liam Lawson is in the lead. Done a very good job to close up. We see the replay of him overtaking him, just flying past on the straight.
Right round the outside with that DRS, a beautiful move, and he shut the door. Hughes tried to come back, but the braking zone of the corner was too quick. Spinner! And that's Armstrong! Marcus Armstrong has he spun? Yes. Or is he stalled? Where is he? He's down at turn 18. So, this will be a safety car. He's stuck on the track. They may throw a virtual safety car, but at the moment it's a yellow flag in Sector 2, and Armstrong has stalled. He's out. Is that a full safety car, or is there a virtual safety car? Because it's just near the Armco. They can push it behind, but there's only 2 laps to go. Virtual safety car has been called. So the yellow flag is called in. The virtual safety car is now put out. That'll neutralise the field. Nobody can make any overtakes. There we go, side by side as well. But that's going to really save Ralph Boschon as he came under attack from Druvela into the first corner.
Is this going to take till the end of the race, or are they going to make sure to push him away? He looked like he kept it going, but unfortunately he stalled it when he was trying to get away. Now they need to be quick to get maybe 1 lap in still, but otherwise it's going to be to the end of the race. Is it with contacts? We see here, is he maybe got a puncture of the contact?
Yeah, on board. So this is Awassa, and Armstrong. So Armstrong forced Awassa off the track, and there was
to the wall.
Slight contact, but so that's naughty from the high tech of Armstrong.
So what has happened with this spin then? Armstrong is the one with the onboard. Yeah, we can see it. No, this is Boschum.
Oh, he's just spun. He's just spun. Armstrong radio.
He misses out on points again.
So sorry about that. So, they've got it behind the barrier. Great. We can go back to green with a lap and a half of running left. That's what we like to see. Well done, everyone. So the virtual safety car will be ending soon because they've got it behind the barrier. It's not going to cause any danger now, so we can go green if we want to.
Yeah, so it's still not ending for some reason. I mean, keep it going now. It still takes around. How long does it take for a virtual safety restart?
10 seconds.
10 seconds, so they should be able to just, end it now for the final lap.
We've got a blue flag on the timing screens. Not sure what's that for as well. I've never seen a blue flag pop up before on the monitor. So whether or not virtual safety car is ending, so we're going to go back to green. It's the virtual safety car is ending sign. So in 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green flag should now be out. Now, away we go. So exit the last couple of corners. Last lap the call. Liam Lawson is going to take a very popular victory. The second place man in the championship. He's a point away from Theo Porcher. As on the inside, that's Dragovic as well under pressure. Meantime, and off the track. That's Williams going off the track, and Dragovic goes through.
Williams did made a mistake. Oh, and Boschum here.
Boschon's under pressure. It was Awassa going through for 7th. Yes, it was. So Awassa through to 7th.
Oh yeah, that's he's lost the position. So final lap now. They're not gonna be getting any more DRS. So are we gonna see the leader now here? Liam Lawson, 2.6 ahead. So if he doesn't make any mistakes, he is going to win this race for sure. With Vip still pretty close to use.
Liam Lawson started 5th in this sprint race as well. He's 2nd in the championship. He has 24 points. Theo Porcher, the championship leader, has only 25 points. He is going to take a 7-point advantage going into the feature race tomorrow. It's going to be a lot for Porcher to try and catch up as he starts the race down in last position tomorrow. So the feature is going to be exciting as Vips is closing in on Jake Hughes for 2nd position as they come round turns 21 and 22. Down the back half of the straight now as well. DRS is open. Is Vips going to try and have the move on Jake Hughes as well? On the
Lawson's going to win.
Lawson's going to win it. Vips to the outside in the braking zone, but he can't do it. Hughes takes second. Vips tries to cut back. It's not going to work. Liam Lawson becomes our third different winner in 3 races and takes the checkered flag. But who's going to take second to the line? It's Yuri Vips. Vips second, Hughes third.
Another drag race to the line. Oh my god, how close was this? This was incredible close, and behind there are still also some battles going on. It is Hughes on third, and Drogovic fourth, and Williams fifth. So it's Yuri Vips who takes second.
Brilliant from Yuri Vips. Use the DRS zones to his advantage. He takes a very commanding second place as well. Drogovic fourth, Williams fifth. Let's hear from Lawson.
Lovely job, mate. Lovely job.
Good job, guys. That was a race of survival. Holy moly.
Race of survival, indeed it was. Lawson wins, Vips second, Hughes third, Drogovic fourth, Williams fifth, Verschoor sixth, Awasa seventh, Boschong eighth, Druvala ninth, Sato 10th, Nazani 11th, Fittipaldi 12th, Novalak 13th, Vesti 14th, Portier 15th, Caldwell 16th, Halga 17th. We lost from the race Armstrong, Sargent, Doohan and Cordial as well. And this is Vips to the line. Out of the last corner at turn 27, he was drag racing it, wasn't he, Synth?
Yeah, so it probably was Vips who's got the DRS as well, and it was 0.058 of a second, which made it enough for him to take second place. Here he's already ahead now. This was like Bottas and Ocon last year.
Oh, fantastic. What an end as well. Nice drag racing to the line is exactly what we need every week. Cross the line. Photo finish for second position as well. But it was Liam Lawson who ran away with it up the front as well. Brilliant. What's next, I wonder? Let's hear from Vips.
Vips, who had that penalty for impeding.
Me too, mate. Awesome. Yeah. Yes, boys. Oh, that was a tough race. Good ending. Good ending.
Very good
Front brakes
ending
keep the
indeed for
temperature,
him.
yeah. Wow, what a race. What a fantastic situation we've had as Vips will come in now. They'll all go through to the support paddock, but Vips, Hughes and Lawson will go to the main grid and take the podium, which could be quite long, thinking about it. It's usually about 15 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, wow. So this race, chaos and some great battles in the end. So luckily we did have a bit of a race in the end, but it started off with a bit of chaos, but luckily they managed to fix it somehow. And we got some really good battles in the end.
Oh, some great battles in the last 7 laps or so. We only had 8 laps in total, that 20, under green flag conditions. The rest of them were completely done behind the safety car. So a lot of work to be done there. In my opinion, going forward. Reminder: we've got the Formula 1 Free Practice 3 coming up at the top of the hour. Then we've got the qualifying session as well. Edward Hunter is joining me in the pre-show to talk about Saudi Arabia as well. And then, of course, the qualifying session and the race tomorrow with the feature of Formula 2 kicking us off in the day. Cars back to the pits, the top 3 that is. Everyone else is going to now get out of the pit lane and get ready for Formula 1. But Lawson, Vips and Hughes, 1, 2, 3. Exciting race there, Synth. Are you looking forward to tomorrow's race? Do you actually think we might get some running sometime soon?
Yeah, I think they will get a good race tomorrow. I feel it. They have managed to eventually. It was just a chaotic start, but eventually they managed to know how it goes on this track, and they managed to actually get some good battles in. So I hope they'll keep that on for tomorrow's race.
I hope so. I hope so. Exactly the same as well. That we're gonna. Oh, you're hearing the previous show coming back at you. Sorry about that, everyone. As they come through. But I hope so. We have a great race and a safe race, which is always important, especially in Formula 2, where we've seen now in the 3 races we've had at Jeddah, all have had massive accidents, all have had safety cars bringing them in as well. It's never, ever a nice sign as the drivers are going to come through. Let's take a look now at the driver standings. Lawson leads on 34 points. Vips now moves to second on 27 points. Portier will have non point in this one, 25. Drogovic 19. Boschong 18. Verschoor 13. Armstrong 10. 9 for Sargent. 8 for Druvala and Hughes. Williams has 4, and so does Nazani. Awasa 3, Doohan 3, and everybody else, Hauger, Sato, Fittipaldi, Vesti, Novalak, Bolabasi, Cordial and Caldwell have 0 points. And everyone is mentioning the same thing in the chat as well, Synthol. The fact that Dennis Hauger was cheated out of today's race. And I have to agree.
Yeah.
FIA made a major mistake.
Yeah, it's really sad for Hauger. And I really like him, though. He was Formula 3 champion last year. He's a great driver. And unfortunately, this is the way for him to lose because he just got robbed, indeed, basically, for this race win.
Unbelievable. We're going to hear from the top 3 ever so shortly. It's going to be a short turnaround for me, covering the Formula 2 straight to the Formula 1. I'm kind of hoping they would have delayed it a little bit as they need to clean the track up before they let the F1 cars out.
Forget, obviously, happy birthday, of course, because I possibly won't see you anymore.
Oh, say that again?
Happy birthday with your father.
Oh, yes, thank you very much. I'm sure he's listening. He'll be here for the free practice session coming through in a second as well. Yes, thank you. I'll pass that on ahead of him as well. So, yeah, get all your birthday messages in for Ian Burns. He's on in free practice 3. So join us for that coming up ever so shortly. Okay, let's hear from the top 3. They're talking with Laura Winter. Down to you, Laura.
Congratulations, a sprint race victory for you to see the weekend start well in Saudi Arabia. A hard-fought one as well, obviously, with the overtake on Jake Hughes. Chaos with the red flags. Talk us through it from your perspective.
So there was a red flag.
Yeah, to be honest, the whole race was just trying to keep brake temp, tyre temp in those safety cars because, especially with the debris and the crashes, it was quite hard to keep the temperatures in. But it was just surviving. The first 70% of the race was just staying alive, to be honest. And then, yeah, the pace in the end, obviously Jake's on the soft, so I think they just fell off in the last couple of laps. They nearly made it work, but for us it was good. The car was really, really fast, stayed consistent the whole race as well.
It must give you a lot of confidence going into tomorrow as well.
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, we need to try and have a similar start. And again, if tomorrow's going to be like today, it's about surviving again. So longer race, obviously, with pit stops as well. So ideally, it'd be nice to bag some more points tomorrow.
I was going to say, of course, on this circuit, it is a case sometimes of survival. We know what it can be like being a street circuit. What have you learned you can take into tomorrow?
Honestly, just getting through that first part of the race, because it all at the moment is just happening at the end. So, yeah, we survived the first bits. Hopefully stay in the same sort of position that we start in, and we might be in with a shot at the end.
Got to be in it to win it. Thank you very much. Well done to you, Liam Lawson, F2 sprint race winner.
Survive to drive is basically what he said.
Yes, that's it. Right, let's hear from Yuri Vips, finishing 2nd on the monitor. I think we're going to hear from him next, or are we going to hear... Who are we going to hear from? Nobody.
Well, thanks to
They've cancelled the interviews for 2nd and 3rd there because they're so short on time.
Yeah. There's no time anymore, of course.
Yeah, so that's it. They're done. And Laura's a bit surprised. I can see her down in the pit lane, actually. And she's like, oh, are we done? Where are the other drivers? And then now she's giving the mic back and just taking her belt back off as well. Right, let's go through the official race results. These are all provisional, of course. Liam Lawson, the sprint winner. Yuri Vips finishes 2nd. And Jake Hughes goes into 3rd position. 4th on the board for Felipe Dragovic as well. Callan Williams goes into 5th. Richard for sure is 6th. Awuma Izaka goes into 7th. Ralph Boschong 8th. Johan Jaruvula is 9th. And Marino Sato is P10 for Virtuosi Racing as well. No points, though, still for Virtuosi in the standings. They've got to improve quickly. Right, Roy Nazani 11th. Enzo Fittipaldi 12th. Clement Novalak 13th, Frederick Vesti 14th, Theo Pocher 15th, Ollie Caldwell 16th, Dennis Halger 17th. Not finishing the race was Marcus Armstrong, Logan Sargent or Jack Doohan as well. And of course was Cordial finishing in 21st place, not finishing after just stopping 4 laps into the race. No, 2 laps into the race, causing the safety car. So it's time for the podium. Liam Lawson is going to take us up there as well. And we will hear, if I can find it as well, we're going to hear the New Zealand national anthem. Not exactly great for you, Beth, over there, but same area in the Australasia part as well. So I suppose you can still be happy. But Liam Lawson is going to take the top step and we'll hear the New Zealand national anthem. as we're coming up actually close to start time for Formula One's third practice session. So I will remind you, we will be on at 50 minutes past the hour. So in around about 19 minutes, you can join us for free practice 3. It's non-stop today, as well as Synthil as well will be around watching that, as well as myself and Ian Birch are in the commentary box as well. I think Josh Plays is going to hang around in the pit lane finding out some information for us. But we're waiting for the top 3 to go onto the podium.
Getting a non-stressful weekend so far.
Yes, it's not bad, is it? And at least we're only covering Saudi Arabia, not covering several different series that we were last weekend. But certainly as well, Formula 2 kicks off the racing action in dramatic style. Right, onto the podium we come. Reverse order, Jake Hughes will take 3rd position on the board. Hopefully as well. There's still no drivers. They're playing the music, Synth, but there's no drivers.
Yeah, that's happening. I'm not sure. Maybe it's confusing, I guess, for them. Are they there? Are they waiting? I'm not sure. I think we will get a podium.
Well, we are. This is really weird. Here they are.
Oh, he wants to go. They're not.
They were unsure whether or not they were going onto the podium. Well, the podium ceremony's got to happen, so it will happen. So Jake Hughes on 3rd position. Yuri Vips will take 2nd on the board. The drivers all look confused. It's really bizarre.
No, it is confusing.
And now Liam Lawson, the race winner from today for the sprint race. The New Zealander, the Kiwi, takes to the top step of the podium, and we will hear the New Zealand national anthem. But of course, we have to talk over it due to certain copyright laws. So we'll talk about the fact that the sun's shining here at Saudi Arabia as well. The fears from yesterday still very much present as well. But we hope that Formula One's 3rd practice session goes on okay, and the rest of the weekend is very safe as well. We're going to be talking about the drivers' meeting and the calls for cancellation of the race. That'll be coming up in free practice 3. You can join us for that in around about 16 minutes time. The link is in the description, and don't forget you can also set your subscribers notification bell as well to never miss a live commentary. Cars on the podium, drivers on the podium as well, and the top trophy presented to Liam Lawson. Fantastic race, and what an opportunity for the championship. He leads on 34 points. A big advantage, 9 over Theo Porcher. Across the board, Carlin get their trophy as well. Their first Victor's Trophy of the season. Yuri Vips, another podium for him already. He had one in Bahrain, and now he's got one here again today. And now Jake Hughes will take 3rd place for a very well-deserved run for Van Amersfoort Racing. And as I said, we're still in Saudi Arabia, but it's time for the alcohol-free champagne. It's tiny bottles there, Synth, but it looks like it's working, which is nice to see.
Yeah, they're tiny indeed, yes, but well, I don't know why they didn't do it earlier, actually. Those,
I don't, really bizarre.
Ones, but,
it looks like lager bottles.
An interesting race.
It was. Right, going then. What are you going to predict for tomorrow? I know you're not with us for the feature race at the moment, but what are you going to predict tomorrow?
Well, definitely a red flag. It's a long race and anything can happen. One red flag, but I hope mostly a lot of great, lovely and clean battles.
Edward Hunter says, you mean Rosewater, Josh? Actually, no, it's not. Unless it is alcohol-free champagne. I actually was told that in Bahrain, they finally got alcohol-free champagne. So it is still champagne, but it's alcohol-free. Like you get Heineken 0.0, it's alcohol-free champagne. Don't know how they've done it, but that's what is being sprayed on the podium for the same consistency, because Rosewater was frankly pathetic as well for spraying it. But yeah, Edward Hunter, by the way, joining me for a chat in the qualifying pre-show, because I want all his thoughts on Saudi Arabia. He's more informed about everything that's going on, so I'd like him to talk about it as well. We'll have that meeting just after practice 3 and get going as well for the but that'll be airing in the qualifying pre-show. Right, we'll be back tomorrow for the feature race as well. We'll see Synthel next time out, I hope in Australia, but then again that's too early, so we might see you soon. But stick around, Synth. Pleasure having you once again. And we'll be back for free practice 3 coming up shortly. From us all here, thanks for joining us. It's a very confusing morning here as well. And now we've come through. The race robbed, unfortunately, for Dennis Helger. Great news for Liam Lawson. He's on top. See you later. Bye for now.